Hello everyone, we are going to see the topic pregnancy and parturition. So the learning objectives of today's topic is, after studying this topic you should be able to explain the process of ovulation, relate the effect of hormones on pregnancy, understand the physiology of pregnancy and parturition, and distinguish between the pregnancy of humans and animals. So ovulation, it is the part of the female menstrual cycle whereby a mature ovarian follicle, which is part of the ovary, discharges an egg, or also known as ovum or oocyte, or we call it as a female gamete. It is during this process that the egg travels down the fallopian tube where it may be made by a sperm and become fertilized. So ovulation is important for conception. It is controlled by a part of the brain called hypothalamus, which sends signals that instruct the anterior lobe and pituitary gland to secrete luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. So these two hormones are important for ovulation. Here in this picture you can see the ovulation occurs from the corpus luteum and it is collected by the fimbriae, comes to fallopian tube, and here with the help of sperms from the male, the ovum it gets fertilized, and that fertilized ovum comes and attaches to the uterus, inner wall of the uterus. The phases of ovulation are pre-ovulatory phase, that is we call it the follicular phase, then ovulatory phase, the actual ovulation takes place, and post-ovulatory phase, or it is a luteal phase. Now, when does the ovulation occurs? It is not a daily process. A woman's menstrual cycle lasts between average 28 to 32 days on an average, and the beginning of each cycle is considered to be the first day of her menstrual period, that is when the bleeding starts. That is counted as first day. Ovulation itself generally occurs between the day 10th and day 19th of the menstrual cycle, or the 12 to 16 days before the next period is due, or randomly we can say that the 14th day is the day of ovulation, but it may change from person to person. Now the hormones which have impact on the ovulation are importantly first estrogen, which is present throughout the cycle in the varying levels. The maturing follicle produces estrogen, and this causes the hypothalamus to send signals to the pituitary gland to increase production of luteinizing hormone. Estrogen also stimulates the female reproductive organs to prepare for possible fertilization, that is the uterus is prepared, and this produces observable characteristics which can be monitored to determine the fertility. So estrogen is important hormone. If you see the functions of estrogen, it is responsible for all the puberty changes such as growth of uterus, stratification of vaginal epithelium, secretion and ciliary movement of fallopian tube, etc. It is responsible for the proliferative stage of menstruation, growth of uterus during pregnancy, and it exerts synergistic action with oxytocin. Estrogen are responsible for the development of the female secondary sexual characteristics that distinguish the female from the male. So the feminine characteristics are decided by the estrogen. Then there is fat deposition, increased protein anabolism, and decreased blood cholesterol. These are certain functions of the estrogen. Then another hormone important for females is the progesterone. Progesterone is a steroid hormone released by the corpus luteum that stimulates the uterus to prepare for pregnancy. Pro means favors, and gestation means pregnancy. So progesterone means which favors the pregnancy or sustains the pregnancy. Progesterone is the active principle of corpus luteum. The sources of progesterone are corpus luteum, placenta, adrenal cortex. The synthesis of progesterone from cholesterol by the placenta is important to the maintenance of human pregnancy after first trimester when ovarian functions decline. So progesterone is important for the maintenance of pregnancy. Functions of progesterone. It is essential for the maintenance of pregnancy and other changes associated with it. It also takes part in menstruation, responsible for premenstrual changes of uterine mucosa, take an essential part in pregnancy, and embedding of ovum. Progesterone secreted by the corpus luteum is responsible for the premenstrual hypertrophy of the endometrium, which is essential for the reception and embedding of the fertilized ovum. Now the pregnancy, we will see, pregnancy is also known as gravidity or gestation, gravid uterus. When we say that means the uterus which is pregnant. It is the time during which one or more offspring develops inside a woman or inside uterus of the woman. A multiple pregnancy involves more than one pregnancy and can occur by sexual intercourse or assisted reproductive technology, or we call it as a conception. Now here comes reflection spot. Can you imagine the maternal body changes during pregnancy? You can pause the video and think for a while. Okay. If you have written your answer, what are the maternal body changes occurs during pregnancy? We'll go further. During pregnancy, the uterus enlarges considerably and it increases to about 1 kilogram at full term. The maternal blood volume increases to 30% during pregnancy. The heart appears to enlarge during pregnancy. Cardiac output also increases. The breast is to stimulate to secrete milk. This is done by hormone prolactin. And oxygen consumption is increased during pregnancy to satisfy the needs of the fetus. So these are some maternal body changes occurs during pregnancy. Now comes the duration of pregnancy. The average duration of human pregnancy is about 280 days, or equal to 10 menstrual cycles, or approximately we call it comes to 9 months and 9 days. When calculated from the first day of the last menstrual cycle, because after pregnancy the menstrual cycle stops. So it is 266 to 270 when calculated from the time of ovulation. These days are required. Approximately 9 months and 9 days are required. Now we'll see the hormonal regulation of pregnancy, which are the important hormones which play a role during pregnancy. That is the estrogen, as we have seen earlier, then progesterone. Another hormone is relaxin, which is important for relaxation of the cervical canal. Then human chorionic gonadotropin hormone, or HCG, which is an indicator of the pregnancy if urine test is done. Then corticotropin hormone. If you see the effect of estrogen in this figure, you will see that it is important for the development of brain, heart, liver, ovary, development of vagina, development of uterus, breast, and even the bones. So for a female, estrogen is very important for her overall development. Which is the functions of HCG hormone, that is human chorionic gonadotropin. It enhances the maternal breast growth by increasing protein synthesis, helps to maintain pregnancy and affects the development of the fetus. The amount of HCG increases early in pregnancy and can give information about the pregnancy and the health of the baby. And soon after delivery, HCG is no longer found in the blood, so its role is up to the pregnancy only. Then another important hormone is the oxytocin, which plays important role in labor. If labor needs to be induced, oxytocin or synthetic oxytocin equivalent is often administered to kickstart the process, that is contraction of the uterus. Then comes parturition or delivery of the baby. The process by which the fetus is expelled from the body of the mother is called as the birth of the baby or parturition. It is also called as labor or delivery. The following hormones regulate the parturition, that is again estrogen, progesterone, oxytocin, relaxin, and prolactin. Here we can see the mechanism of parturition. Cervical dilation takes place for around 24 hours. Then delivery of baby takes place for about 30 to 90 minutes. The delivery of placenta 15 to 30 minutes, and there is loss of bloods. There is a role of prostaglandins also. So the baby is expelled out from the uterus through the cervical canal. Role of hormones in parturition or delivery of baby. Estrogens stimulate the contraction of the uterine muscles. Then oxytocin secreted by the pituitary gland, that is posterior pituitary, accelerates the contraction of uterine muscles, and it is released in large amounts after distension of the cervix and uterus during labor. So it facilitates the birth maternal bonding because it is a love hormone, and after stimulation of the nipples to secrete the milk. Oxytocin is also used in veterinary medicine to facilitate birth and to stimulate the milk release. So here we can see the effect of relaxin, enlargement of birth canal so that the baby should come out easily. Estrogen and oxytocin causes contraction of the uterine muscles, and prolactin causes the milk secretion so that the baby can be fed up soon after delivery. So we can conclude that the whole process of ovulation, pregnancy and parturition occurs under the influence of hormones. Hormonal regulation play important role in all these processes, and imbalance of any one of hormone out of all these hormones can affect the all processes of the pregnancy as well as parturition. And the hormones are regulated by the pituitary gland and hypothalamus. So here we conclude our session. I hope you all have understood it. Thank you very much.